You don't open your eyes to sunlight. You sense warmth, vibration, and the muffled rhythm of water pressing against your egg. Everything outside is dark, heavy, and alive. You twist, push, and finally break through. Congratulations! You're a giant anaconda, or more accurately, a baby one. And right now, you're not the terrifying monster that legends talk about. You're a tiny, slimy noodle in a swamp full of hungry mouths. The Amazon basin greets you not with a lullaby, but with the thick stench of decay and danger. You're surrounded by mud, reeds, and rippling shadows that move just a bit too fast. Your brothers and sisters are hatching around you, all squirming toward the surface. It's a beautiful family moment. If your family weren't also potential snacks. The first breath you take feels like fire in your lungs. The water here isn't clear. It's brown, thick, and buzzing with insects. Your mother? She's long gone. She laid the eggs weeks ago and slithered away, leaving her 100 tiny offspring to figure out life on their own. There's no goodbye, no protection, no hugs, just good luck not dying. You drift upward, gasping, eyes adjusting to a world where survival depends on what you can sense rather than see. Every vibration tells a story. The splashing sound nearby could be a frog or a piranha waiting to bite off your tail. The heavy ripple behind you, that's probably a caiman, the crocodile of the Amazon, the first real test of your miserable existence. You dart into a cluster of reeds, body trembling, heart hammering against your scales. You stay still, blending in. The caiman slides past, jaws wide open, snapping at another hatchling. One less sibling to worry about, but it's a reminder. In this swamp, everything either eats or gets eaten. And right now, you're firmly in the second category. You're not exactly built for speed yet. Your muscles are soft, your instincts clumsy. But inside your body, nature has hidden potential. A blueprint for the perfect ambush predator. All you have to do is stay alive long enough to grow into it. That's easier said than done. The water teems with predators. Giant catfish, snapping turtles, herons, piranhas. Even insects the size of your head take a shot at you. Every night, the swamp becomes a concert of screams, splashes, and feeding frenzies. You learn to move like a shadow, gliding between roots and debris, hugging the murky bottom. You don't blink because you never have to. You don't make noise because silence is survival. Weeks pass. You shed your skin for the first time, the soft green-brown pattern emerging underneath. You're still small, but you're faster, smoother, hungrier. Hunger becomes the only thing that drives you. You strike at frogs, fish, and the occasional unlucky bird chick that falls from its nest. Your body knows what to do even before your brain does. Coil, squeeze, wait, swallow. You start to realize the beauty of your curse. Your life is a cycle of suffocation and silence. You kill by hugging things to death, a morbid kind of affection only nature could invent. One night, the full moon shines through gaps in the canopy. You glide silently through the reeds, hunting. The water reflects pale silver light, making everything shimmer. That's when you see it. A small capybara, barely half your length, stepping into the shallows for a drink. You freeze. Your body curves into an S, slow and deliberate. You edge closer, millimeter by millimeter, until you can feel its heartbeat through the water. Then you strike. Your jaws snap shut around its leg. It squeals, thrashes, splashing wildly. You wrap around it, muscles tightening with mechanical precision. You can feel the pulse of its heart slow, then stop. It's your first real kill. Victory tastes like warm blood and mud. You swallow it whole, inch by inch, dislocating your jaw to make room. It's a clumsy, exhausting process, but when you're done, you float motionless, bloated and satisfied. For the first time, you feel powerful, and for the next few days, you don't move at all. Digestion is your version of meditation. Time stretches, your heartbeat slows, and your body turns that meal into pure growth. But the Amazon doesn't give you peace for long. A ripple disturbs the still water. You lift your head, tongue flicking. Something large moves beneath the surface. A shadow glides closer. Another anaconda. Bigger, older, hungry. Cannibalism isn't taboo here. It's strategy. You thrash backward, diving deep into the mud. The larger snake lunges, jaws snapping at the space you just left. You twist through roots, lungs burning, eyes stinging, until you reach a tangle of branches where it can't follow. You wait, trembling, until the vibrations fade. You survive again, but barely. Being a baby anaconda means being a moving meal for everything, including your own kind. Months pass, and you grow thicker, stronger, meaner. Your scales darken to mottled olive, the perfect camouflage against the swamp floor. The current whispers around your body as you move. You've learned patience, the art of stillness. When you stop moving, you disappear. The swamp becomes your cloak. You no longer flee every vibration. Sometimes you cause them. You lurk near fallen logs, eyes half submerged, waiting for something foolish enough to step too close. Frogs vanish, fish vanish. Occasionally, you even take down a young caiman. You bite, coil, crush, and swallow, then vanish again like a nightmare that never leaves the water. You're growing into the legend, but growing brings new problems. You're no longer invisible. Birds flee when you move, monkeys scream when you slither onto riverbanks. And humans, they start to notice too. They call you the Mother of Rivers, the Green Ghost, or simply Monster. They fear you, exaggerate your size, invent stories of you dragging full-grown men into the water. You'd laugh if snakes could laugh. The truth is, you don't need myths to sound terrifying. You're already 8 feet long and still growing. One day, you crawl onto a patch of dry ground to bask. The sun feels like heaven on your cold skin. You stretch lazily, tongue flicking, tasting the air. That's when you sense something strange. A vibration that doesn't belong. A heavy thud, then another. Not a caiman, not a capybara. Something taller. The ground trembles rhythmically. Footsteps. Humans. You freeze, body pressed flat against the earth. Through the reeds, you glimpse them. 2 figures in muddy boots, carrying long sticks that glint in the sun. They're scanning the water, talking softly. Your heart slows. You stay still, the definition of patience. One of them steps closer, within striking range. Your instincts scream, but you hold back. You've seen enough to know that humans are unpredictable. They kill what they fear, and they fear everything. After a few tense minutes, they leave. You exhale slowly, sliding back into the safety of the swamp. It's your first encounter with humans, but not your last. As years pass, you learn to avoid their scent. You hear the buzz of their engines on boats, smell the smoke of their fires, see the strange nets they leave behind. The Amazon isn't as endless as it used to be. The water grows murkier, the fish scarcer. But you adapt. You always adapt. Now you're nearly full grown, close to 20 feet of muscle and instinct. You can crush a deer in seconds, drown a pig without a sound. You can stay underwater for 10 minutes, silent as a shadow. You rule your patch of swamp like a living current. Yet even now, your life is a careful balance between power and exhaustion. Every meal takes hours to catch and days to digest. Every movement burns energy that you can't afford to waste. You don't kill for fun. You kill because it's the only way to keep your massive body alive. And your own strength can betray you. When you squeeze, you don't always control your force. Sometimes the prey's thrashing breaks your ribs or tears your skin. You carry scars like maps of survival, but it's all worth it when you feel the pulse of life go still beneath your coils. The Amazon hums around you, birds calling, insects buzzing, the low gurgle of water. It feels ancient, eternal, as if you're part of something that's existed forever. Yet deep down, you know nothing lasts. You've seen the changes, the clearing of trees, the oil sheen on the river, the echo of human machines. The swamp is shrinking, and even monsters like you can feel it. You glide through murky water under a sky that glows orange with smoke instead of sunlight. You were born in chaos, survived through silence, and now live in a world that's slowly dying around you. You flick your tongue, tasting the air. Somewhere nearby, a capybara moves through the reeds, unaware. Instinct takes over again. You slide forward, every muscle coiling with precision. Hunger never ends, and neither does the hunt.